So it's our first day back in a couple weeks. A lot of headlines from over the break. I think the biggest one is that Ray, our audio producer, and Bay, his girlfriend of 6 years, finally got engaged. I mean, that's the big one.
Oh, yeah.
Haley in North Carolina, you're on the show. What's happening?
Hey, I actually was calling to talk about that. I just wanted to know how he did it.
Raymundo, tell us kind of what happened, because we were all waiting. We didn't know it was going to be that night, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I called ahead, went to a baseball stadium, and I'm a sports guy, so I thought they have a video board. They had a glow event where they put a bunch of Christmas lights, and my chick loves Christmas. And it's a lot of Instagrammable stuff there. So I knew the Frozen Fortress. I looked it all up online. It was right next to the video board. I thought, what if it said, Bae, will you marry me? Boom, I get down in the Frozen Fortress and propose. It said 6 o'clock, told the people, put it on the video board, play my song, Big, Big Plans. Right at 6, got down on a knee and proposed.
Okay, so let me translate all that Ray just said. And there's no baseball happening in town, but they've taken it over for about 2 months' time. They've taken the minor league baseball park and they've transformed it into like a winter wonderland place where you pay a ticket and you get to go through, take pictures. They have fake snow. There's a Santa Claus. There's a lot of Christmas happening. Yeah, it's a very Christmassy thing. And so I even went over there. Amy went over there one night.
Yeah.
It's here in town, that's a thing you can go do. And so who do you call, though? Because although it's not baseball, that baseball scoreboard is still showing Christmas imagery.
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you call in order to go, can I get on the Jumbotron?
Well, I didn't even talk to the baseball stadium people. The event was put on by Glow, so I just hit them up on the email. I never talked to a person, texted. All I did was email.
You just emailed the website?
Yeah.
And said, I want to propose at this time?
Yeah. And all we communicated through was email. That was it. Even day of. Never talked to the guy on the phone at all.
Oh, wow. And you just had to trust that it was going to show up and the song was going to start playing.
At exactly that time, too, right?
Yeah, right at 6. This is when it started playing, and then that's how I knew the video board would be ready. And then she saw it and was like, oh, my gosh. And then that's when I got on the knee.
So
Wow.
the song came on first.
Yes, to cue me and kind of so I could point to her, hey, look up at the video board. But she looked without even me showing her because it was so big. It was huge. You could see it throughout the entire ballpark.
Whenever this song hits, did your heart kind of drop because it's go time?
It starts slow, and so I had a second to chill, and I was actually calm in the moment. I don't get why most people say they're nervous. I was so chill in the moment. It was perfect. I was laughing. Me and her, we were kind of like high-fiving. It was great. But I wasn't nervous, really.
Did you hand your phone to someone before it happened?
Yeah, this dude goes, hey, man, can you take a picture of me and my girlfriend? It's our date. And I go, dude, I got something bigger, man. I'm about to propose. Will you just start video recording? And I'm going to do it here in the next minute. And he goes, oh, yeah, sorry. So then I just handed it to some random guy.
Did your girl know it was coming?
She had no idea.
Even though you're like, I'm about to propose, here's a phone to video.
She was 15 feet away, and I just kind of whispered it to the dude.
And did you have the ring in your pocket?
Yeah.
Were you worried the whole day that you would lose the ring?
Well, the thing that worried me is I had to go through the metal detector with the ring, about to do a pat down, so I just put it in my crotch.
Wait, hold on.
But women are going in and out of there with rings all night.
But I'm saying I had the box, so it's pretty obvious. It's lumpy. It feels weird, so.
We had the box.
And you put it in your underwear?
Yeah.
In the front of your underwear?
Yeah. Worst case scenario is they pull the ring out at the metal detector I have to propose. That'd be terrible.
But if it's gonna go off, it's gonna go off wherever it is on your body. Pocket, underwear.
Right, but they're not patting down your crotch.
They could.
Maybe.
If there's something that makes
You're going to keep going through it, and they're going to be like, sir, what do you have on you?
Haley, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What do you think about all this so far?
I'm happy for him. It's so exciting. I've been a long-time listener, and I've just been waiting for it to happen.
Raymundo's been together with his girl 6 years, finally proposed. Now the question is, when are you going to get married? Because I saw her tweet last night. You guys have a date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she wants to do it in October.
All right, that's enough time.
Yeah.
I tell you, if I ever get engaged, it's like, let's do it next week.
Why waste time, right?
It's like, you know what? I'm here, you're here. I know you want to have the people. And
You have to get
planning.
the venue, and there's all kinds of things.
That's a long time to wait. How do you feel about October, Raymundo?
I kind of wanted to do it in 2026, but she wants to do it this year.
2026.
6
Why
more years.
2026?
Another 6 years.
Yeah, give it a good 12, make sure it's right. Isn't that what they all say? At 12 years, you really know.
But she really wants it this year, so I said absolutely.
And where are you going to get married?
It's a small venue. I think we're still getting it finalized, but it only fits about 70 people, really small church.
in Nashville.
Yep.
70 people. Mm-hmm. Boy, that's a tough guest list to get on if it's only because it's 35 for each side. There's a lot of family.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a real tight guest list.
Oh, no.
I told her we're going to offend some people. Get ready. I mean, I got family members that ain't even coming.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's tough. So it'll just be me and your family, huh?
Oh, I got to save the date already. Did those go out?
No, not yet.
Maybe just by text.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's about time.
I know. Hey, it's a little weight off my shoulders, too. I feel light right now.
And you got the ring.
Yeah, I got a ring day of, talked to her dad day of, and proposed that weekend.
How'd the dad conversation go with her? What was that?
It was funny. I went up to him. He was cutting trees down, and the first thing he did is he started the chainsaw, and he goes, "Now, what'd you come out here to talk about?"
Oh.
And I'm like,
Is that like the dad cleaning his gun on a first date?
Right.
That's what he was going for.
Okay. And so, what do you say to him? What's the line that you use?
I said, "I love your daughter a lot. I really want to marry her. Can I have your permission?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Absolutely."
Then he chased you with a chainsaw around the backyard. No.
No, then we had a beer. It was great. He goes, "Do you want a beer?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm only going to do this once. Let's have a beer."
Hey, by the way, I know you love the White Claw. I have a lot at my house. You can come over to the house and just have.
Yeah!
And not for this, because it's just in my refrigerator. Since my party, I have so much alcohol. I don't drink, and I have so much alcohol that's just sitting in there. And if you don't take it, you can have it, Eddie. You can have it.
All right.
But you have to come get it in the next couple of days. I'm going to donate it.
Oh, okay. I'll come after work
Donate
today.
it.
Send it to Goodwill.
Yeah, I'm going to take it over. And
Drop it off at the food bank.
I have a lot
Did they-
of alcohol that is just going to sit there. So if you guys want it, you got to come get it.
You got it.
Haley, thank you for the call. Appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful day and hope your New Year's going good. Okay.
Thanks, you too.
All right. See you later. Raymundo, congratulations.
Yep.
Yes, so happy for y'all.
For a
Congrats,
couple
dude.
reasons. One, we get to stop talking about when are you going to get engaged, and now it's who gets invited.
Y'all, people in the room think they ain't going to get invited?
Yeah, 70. That's
If you only get 70 and there's 6 of us in here, only 4 of us probably gets invited.
I feel like everybody's good.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I haven't seen the final list. My she's already trimming some of the fat, but I think y'all are good.
Is there a chance that some of us end up being the fat?
From what I know, y'all are good.
Okay. Congratulations, Raymundo.
Yes.
All right, let's play Luke Combs, Bobby Bone Show. Hey, if you guys want to call us, you can. 877-77-Bobby. Questions or comments, we love to talk to you. 877-77-Bobby. Raymundo got engaged. First big news story of the show. So our last day of last year, we finished the show, and then I had a podcast that night, and I haven't been able to tell you guys about it, but it was Russell Dickerson and his wife, Kaylee, stopped by the show. Here's a clip of Every Little Thing from Russell Dickerson. And so they both came in, and they talked about how they've been together for 10 years, but they did break up for a month after Russell got a record deal.
That was my mindset, was like, it's about to happen for me. I need to be single. I needed to live the rock star road life, you know? I literally made out with one girl, and I was just like, no, this isn't for me. And I was like, yeah, okay, I got to call Kaylee.
So
Oh, wow.
It's pretty funny. And I know her, I did know her a little better than I knew him. So it was fun to have them both in the house, over at the house, talk about this. And he has this song called Yours that you may know.
I came to life when I first kissed you.
Russell talked about how it took 4 years for this song to go #1 because nobody thought the song was a hit.
4 years is when it went #1. So 4 years in between that, I got dropped the week we got back from our honeymoon. We went all around town. Everybody said no. This whole time I was like, I'm an artist writer. You know, like that was what I wanted to do.
So it's a really interesting podcast. And the fact, too, that it was a husband and wife in, and they were talking about how Russell's so optimistic every single day. He reminds me of SpongeBob and how optimistic he is all the time. And so this is them talking about that.
Like I wake up and I'm like, oh, today's going to be freaking awesome.
Literally.
It'll be so good.
And he's like, babe, get up, look outside. The sun's out. Let's go. Like he's like a kid on Christmas, like every day. It's insane to me.
It's crazy.
Listen to this podcast. Search BobbyCast wherever you listen to your podcast. iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to it. Search BobbyCast and check it out. It's Russell Dickerson and his wife, Kaylee. And you can, after the show's over today. Don't do it till the show's over today, though. Don't leave this show to go do that. So, check that out. Amy's Pile's next. Amy, what's happening over there?
So a celebrity announced that she had a baby, and we had no idea that she was pregnant or expecting or any kind of baby was
Is that
coming.
right?
Yeah. You knew?
No, but I don't know anything about, so I don't even care anymore.
No, we didn't know.
Okay.
Nobody knew.
I did. I think it's the same person that I saw. And they were like, oh, she had a baby. It's like, oh, good for her. But I didn't know there was like a secret.
Oh,
That's
I
what I'm gonna do.
gasped.
I'm going to show up here one day and just be married. You guys won't even know I have a girlfriend. I'll be like, guys, I'm married.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did it. Okay, we'll
Love
do
it.
Amy's Pile. We'll talk about that coming up next.
The Bobby Bones Show.
Here's Amy's pile of stories.
So Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden have a new baby daughter named Radix. Now, it's not clear if Cameron got pregnant and just hid the pregnancy the entire time, if they used a surrogate, or if they had adopted.
Oh.
And I don't know that we'll know much more. They said, this is what we're saying. We have a baby girl, but you won't see much of her ever since we want to keep her life private. It's her life. So they're not going to be posting any pictures or anything. Cameron is 47, Benji is 40, and this is the first child for both of them.
Okay, well, let me unfairly speculate then.
Okay.
Pretty good at that.
Yeah.
One, I forget that she married the dude from Good Charlotte.
Yeah,
That's
right.
one of the twins, and good for him. Okay for her, but good for him.
She's
Oh, for
hot.
sure.
Yeah. Two, I would imagine that they surrogate. Yeah, that's what I would think. If she's 47
And then
and they're
her-
not sharing it, and there have been no pregnancy pictures of her, has she been hiding from all cameras for the last 9 months?
Yeah, because her body is so tiny, I don't think she'd be able to hide a pregnancy.
Well, good for them. That's cool. Their name is Radix. Their daughter's name is Radix.
Radix, maybe Rad for short.
Yeah, Radix. I know it is for sure. I saw that on their Instagram. They're calling her Rad.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, what else?
Okay, so there's dry January, which a lot of you maybe have heard of, where you do not drink alcohol for 30 days. And now there is Veganuary, where you go vegan for 30 days. It's like a new thing. A lot of people are doing it. And yeah, it means no meat, no cheese. And if you want to go full vegan, it means you don't
No
wear
belts.
no leather, no shoes,
No looking
no
at
jackets.
anything that's. Yeah, I'm okay. I wish they should do no meat-uary instead of vegan-uary. Not for the name why, but I'm saying it's vegan is like level 2.
Hardcore, yeah.
You take that little step of, if you want to not eat meat, take the little step of being a vegetarian for a bit before you try to hit vegan.
Yeah.
Have milk, but just don't have your beef.
Do you ever participate in Meatless Monday?
Meatless Monday, my nickname in college, actually. That's what they would call me. I try, there have been and I read, I'm constantly reading about meat.
Do you?
I do,
Okay.
I really do, because I try to limit my red meat and have a little bit of turkey, fish, chicken. And depending on your body, some meat's good for some folks. Some professional athletes eat no meat at all.
Yeah.
So it's all based on who you are. No, I never do Meatless Monday, but I will just not eat meat for a few days at a time if my body's not feeling it. I try to really chase my body. I weigh myself 3 times a day, as I mentioned earlier, but I still try to chase what makes me feel good. And a lot of red meat just sits in my stomach. Like, I love a big steak, but I treat that like I do a soda at this point. Like, I may have
It's a treat.
a couple a year.
Because it takes so long to process. Is that
Man,
what-
it just
digest.
sits in
Yeah.
there. For me, my body does not run. That meat does not run through me at all. It checks in January, and then meaty May, it comes out. So, but good. It gives people some. It's actually pretty easy to just eat vegetables after you get through the shock of you're not having meat with every meal.
Right. Like plants. And then it's good for you. You're getting a variety of different foods too. If you just want to try it, you could start easy with a Meatless Monday.
Don't even do a whole day. If you
A meatless
never
meal?
Yes, if you never do it, just try a meal.
Good idea.
But I know a bunch of men who think, "Oh, I'm having my meat."
Right.
It's actually all right. I like my meat.
Thank you for
that's
being
all
a
right.
man that is okay with sticking up for no meat.
I'm not sticking up for it. I think everybody's body's different, but I think that my body feels good sometimes if I don't eat meat.
Okay.
All right, what else?
Well, do you have a New Year's resolution? You don't really.
Not a big resolution guy. Last year, my goal for 2019 was to comment on people's Instagram pictures more, and I did that.
You did.
Because I would just take advantage of Instagram and just look at it and not add to it.
How rude
You're
of
a-
you.
I know. I
a
was just
taker.
as a taker, I wasn't
Not
a
a
giver.
giver.
And I do feel that I did better. So sometimes I comment on people's Instagrams. I don't really.
What? I have the top ones for
It's got to be
2020.
weight and money, right?
Yeah, pretty much. At number 5 is reduce stress. At number 4, lose weight. At number 3, eat healthier. Number 2, save money. And number 1, exercise more. So very health and money related. And, well, stress, that's health too.
But the top 4 are like weight and money, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm getting a text here saying there are pictures of Cameron Diaz pregnant. Is that true?
No way.
I don't know. I just got a text. I didn't fact check that at all.
Okay, well, maybe. I'm going to look it up.
Okay, cool. Is that it, Amy?
Yeah, maybe. That's my pile.
There you go.
That was Amy's pile of stories.
All right, Dan and Shay and Justin Bieber now. This Cameron Diaz pregnant picture online is from a movie, What to Expect When You're Expecting, in 2011.
Yeah.
I still stand with, I bet it was a surrogate.
Or
If she-
adoption.
she's 47. I would imagine it's that. So stop texting me unless you know, because I believe anything our listeners tell me. I just went online. I just went with it. So there you go. Coming up, a volunteer at a pet shelter in Indiana has been walking a pit bull for over 6 years. But as of last week, she found out she wouldn't be walking her four-legged friend anymore. Don't worry, it has a good ending. That's coming up in Tell Me Something Good. That's your story, Amy.
Yeah, and it's good.
Okay. And then we'll grab your calls too. We've been gone for a while. So if there's anything you want to update on, hit us up. Sometimes we forget what you want to know. By the way, my phone, I have so many notes from vacation. I just took notes. Everything that happened to me that I wanted to talk about, I took a note. Look at this. I have pages of notes here.
Oh, whoa. Wow. Okay, can't wait.
And my beard's not even on here. You can look at my beard. Yeah, I have to shave it today. I'm done with it today.
You're going to go full shave? You're not even just going to trim it back and then shave?
I'm going bare butt. Yeah. It's like baby's bare butt.
That might hurt, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to trim it first.
I'm over it. I'm over this beard.
I like it.
You should keep it, Bones.
Morgan,
on.
number 2, what do you think about the beard? Be honest.
New year.
I don't know.
Yeah, me either.
I can't decide how I feel. I think I like it though.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
I think I'm going to shave it today, though.
Oh, gosh.
Raymundo, what do you think? You run a beard sometimes?
Yeah, yours has got to go unless you throw some dye in it.
What?
No. Don't dye your beard.
No, then you look like him
Yeah.
when he does it.
Remember when Raymundo came in with a
Yes.
fully black beard? His hair is not even black, and he comes in.
He said it's just for men.
You can look at it. Today's the only day it'll be up. So if you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Bobby Bone Show, you can see it's a full beard though, right?
Yeah.
Full beard.
First time I've ever had a full beard.
Santa.
Pretty proud of my masculinity.
You should be.
Tell Me Something Good comes up next.
Bobby Bones, yeah.
It's time for the good news.
With Amy.
So after 6 years in an Indiana shelter, a 12-year-old pit bull boxer mix named Sandy has found a forever home.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 years. So over half of her life she was there, and there was a volunteer, Terry, that worked there and walked Sandy all the time. And now she was like, oh man, I'm glad she found a forever home, but I'm going to miss walking her. So they threw this party to wish Sandy a goodbye, rolled out a red carpet for her to walk down to her new family. And yeah, this shelter says that Sandy left behind 80 dogs and 200 cat siblings, and that they this is like an orphanage. They don't put any dogs down, any cats down. They keep them. They will live there until they find a home or until they pass away.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, not real blood siblings. Like,
No.
I was like,
Shelter
holy
siblings.
mother. That's
People at the dog.
That's why I wowed. Not because there were
what?
that many animals there. I was like, wow, that many brothers and sisters.
So shout out to the Marion Grant Humane Society, and they run solely on donations, whether monetary, toys, or pet food. So
There you go.
Pretty awesome.
That is a good one. That's what it's all about.
That was Tell Me Something Good.
You guys can hop on if you want. 877-77-Bobby. That's our phone number. The Morning Corny's coming up. We'll grab some calls. Morgan number 2, Skinny, all on the way.
Bobby Bone Show. The latest from Nashville and Hollywood. Morgan number 2's 30-Second Skinny.
Jake Owen broke his wrist while he was teaching his daughter Pearl how to skateboard. He posted on social media saying it would take 4 to 6 weeks to heal, but he'll heal faster than that.
It kind of stinks that you just fall and break your wrist doing something normal.
The worst.
Like you want to at least be skydiving or racing a car. Yeah, I felt bad for him when I saw that on Instagram.
Lady Antebellum announced their Ocean 2020 tour. They're bringing Jake Owen and Maddie and Tay along with them, and it kicks off May 21st in New Mexico.
They had a really funny video, speaking of Instagram, where they were all doing karaoke, singing songs. Like, we need one song to do together. And it was all Lady A and Jake and Maddie and Tay figuring out the song that they were doing. And I think they settled on, maybe even jokingly, that I've had the time of my life. That song.
Yeah,
and I
Dirty
never
Dancing.
felt this way before. It's a good little Instagram video. You can probably go over to their socials and see that.
Kelsey Ballerini shared on her social media a long list of New Year's resolutions. Some of them are ditching her phone more, eating more veggies and drinking less wine, and reading books and smiling a lot.
I plan to be on my phone more.
Why?
I'm my best when I'm on my phone. I'm learning. I'm connecting with people. People give phones a bad rap. I love my phone.
So you monitoring your screen time still?
Yeah, I look at it, but I like it's quality screen
Now
time.
it's like the higher it is.
Yes, I want it to be higher because I'm always talking to my friends more.
I get 10 hours today.
Yes, 23 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Is that it, Morgan number 2?
Yep, I'm Morgan number 2. That's your skinny.
Come on, Bobby Bone Show. Mr. Bobby Bone.
Transmitting across America.
This is the Bobby Bone Show. That's right. Now here he is. Turn it up.
Come on, Bobby.
Over to Amy with the morning corny. Here we go.
The morning corny.
What does a thesaurus eat for breakfast?
What does the thesaurus eat for breakfast?
A synonym roll.
A synonym roll.
Got it. That's funny.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That was the morning corny.
Over to Angela in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Angela, good morning. Welcome to the show. What's happening?
Great. Good morning, studio.
Morning.
I was wondering how you enjoyed the Razorback game this weekend.
Well, I tell you, on Saturday night, I went to Fayetteville, went to Arkansas, went to watch the Razorbacks play Texas A&M. Thought about you, Amy. I know that's your school.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, too, about Texas A&M before I get into the game. After the game was over, the Texas A&M head basketball coach came up to me. Really funny. I think his name's Buzz something. I'm not sure. And he came up and he was like, hey, man, have no idea who you are, but my kids love you. Would you take a picture with them? Like, he came out after they lost.
Oh, that's
He was
funny.
so nice.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, because we were on in College Station.
Yeah, Mike, will you Google his name? Because I don't know him, but he was just a
That's funny.
really nice guy. And so, Buzz Williams, the Texas A&M basketball coach, and met his kids, great kids. And so we hung out a little bit afterward. But for me, to go back to Arkansas is really just one of my favorite, fill your cup things. Because that's my people. That's my home people. And so I went to the basketball game. And my whole life growing up, I just idolized everything that was Arkansas Razorbacks. We didn't have a pro team. We don't have a pro team. So everything was about the Arkansas Razorbacks. Football, basketball. And so I got to go. We went to the facilities. I met the new basketball coach. And we hung out with him for a little bit and went and shot.
I saw you nail. Was that really your first shot? It was nothing but net.
Well,
Like,
again,
right.
that's why I was so surprised it went in. On my Instagram, you'll see me. But I got to go on the actual court after the game, too, and shoot around.
Awesome.
And it was wonderful. They treated me so good. And we won.
Oh,
So,
sorry, Aggies.
yeah, it was good. We're pretty good this year. We're definitely
Oh, you
pretty
won
good.
by a lot? Because
Well, I think we
basketball
won by
can-
10.
Oh.
It's close to
A win's a win, Amy.
They let me beat the drum, which is a
Oh,
new,
yeah, I saw that.
new thing they do now before the game, where they bring out this big drum and you beat the drum and the crowd goes clap, clap. So I beat the drum.
You're hitting that hard, too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I didn't know how hard I was to hit it. You kind of don't know, but it was really great. To be back home and get to see everybody, and it really filled my cup. If we were doing, and we'll do it in a minute, best and worst, I think possibly my best is going back to Arkansas, and I went to
Yeah.
the beach too.
Yeah,
and
you did.
you know,
It's not part of your best?
it's fine. I had a great time. It was when I was there. It was good.
Didn't fill your cup.
I'm just not a beach person in general.
You're
Like
not.
my favorite thing's not the beach, but I needed to go somewhere like that. But yeah, no, it was fantastic. Did you go, Angela, to the game?
No, I didn't. I watched it on TV.
We went to our Fayetteville radio station before the show, and I just went in and I was like, hey, I'm going to hop on the air here. And so, I know. And so I did like a 30-minute talk show from the local Fayetteville station on Saturday. It was fun. I really, really, really had a great time. And Coach Musselman and at the University of Arkansas was super nice, and it was great.
His last name's Muscleman.
Well, yes.
That's kind of cool when you're an athlete and your last name's Muscleman.
Met the new football coach. Got to hang out with him for a little bit.
Y'all talk strategy?
Oh, I was like, here's it, coach. We got to do more.
There's already a new one?
Yeah.
I thought you just said we're hanging out with the other one. Oh. What? Like you just had started, like y'all texted and stuff.
Yeah.
So do you have this guy's number now?
No, but I have Coach Musselman's number. He gave me his.
Nice.
He was like,
Okay.
here. So anyway, it was great. I love Arkansas. Like,
Don't be coaching these guys, texting these guys during
Oh,
the game.
great. Yeah.
Let's get a little ice out. Let's go triangle. One on triangle, coach.
Try this play.
Angela, thank you for calling. Was your break good? Everything good with you?
Yes, it was great. We're heading back to work today.
What was the best part of your Christmas, New Year's break, Angela?
Just spending time with family. It was a real quiet one this year.
A quiet one this year, huh?
Yeah, both my kids got married, so I had to share them this year.
Oh, no. Did they all come to you, though, at Christmas, or did they go to their wives, their husbands' places?
Well, we did ours the Sunday before Christmas, and then my son and daughter-in-law came on Christmas morning, but my daughter-in-law lives in Little Rock. I mean, my daughter lives in Little Rock.
Kind of wish they didn't get married, huh?
No. She loves Little Rock, so.
Okay. Well, Angela, thank you for calling. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, see you later. Let's do, which would you prefer to hear? One Man Band from Old Dominion or Rearview Town from Jason Aldean?
Oh, I'm going to go one man band.
Okay. Raymundo, if we can move One Man Band up, that'd be great. All right, thank you very much. 877-77 Bobby. Thanks for hanging out with us. Call us if you like. It is the Bob and Bone Show. Back from vacation. Maryland, who's on the phone. Hey, Jessica, thanks for calling the Bobby Bone Show. What's going on? Hey, Jessica, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. This is me. Oh, my gosh, I'm so excited to be in the studio.
Hey, morning.
I just wanted to call and thank you guys so much for everything that you do. For the last year and a half, I've been driving a 2-hour commute one way in the morning, and you guys have gotten me through some of the worst commutes through Baltimore and D.C., and I just wanted to call and thank you guys so much for that.
You were driving 2 hours one way?
One way, yes.
How many days a week?
5 days a week.
Wow.
Insane. You're spending 4 hours driving a day?
Yeah, 4 hours a day in my car every day. So I spent a lot of time listening to you guys, a lot of time listening to the Bobbycast and a bunch of other podcasts.
Holy moly. Are you driving less now or no?
I'm driving, I will be driving less. I'll be working from home.
Goodness great.
yeah.
Oh, well, goodbye. Now we lost her.
Thanks for
It
listening.
was a good run, Jessica.
My Alexa is ready. She's all ready for us. So we're good.
Well,
It's all set up.
we appreciate you spending time with us in your car. For your mental health, I'm glad you're not driving 2 hours to and from. What kind of job is this again where you have to drive that far?
It's a nonprofit job.
Oh, look at
Wow.
Wow.
She's amazing.
you. Driving to help others.
Right.
I'd have been like, they're
Yeah.
good. They can wait.
Right. I'm going to find a different job closer.
Well, Jessica, thank you. Hope you had a great Christmas and New Year's. Appreciate you calling us. Good luck with being able to work from home. Don't forget us, okay? We're going to lose you a little bit. I can tell already,
I
but don't forget us, okay?
I won't forget you guys. Thank you guys so much.
All right, see you later. Got a couple things coming up. We'll open up the mailbag. The email is, my husband acts like a baby when he's sick.
Oh.
We'll open up that mailbag. We'll also do the Bobby Bone Show Crystal Ball, where I will ask questions in regards to this coming up year, and we'll answer it on how we think it'll all land. Also, this woman is scammed $70,000 by a psychic because she said, I know.
Dang.
Which reminds me, we need to get your cousin back on to give me
Okay.
another psychic reading this year.
Okay.
Because last year she was pretty accurate about a lot of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
She was.
yeah. Hopefully it's not the same girl that's scamming people. in this
No,
story.
no. She
All
would
that
never.
coming up here in the Bobby Bone Show. Back in a second.
Bobby Bones.
So if you're writing checks or you're signing any document, they say don't sign it with 20 at the end. You know, you do like 4, 19, 20 because of the year 2020. Do all 20, do 20, 20 all. Because if you just put the 20, you can make it any year. It turns into 2000. It can be 2019. So let's say you did today's date, which is 1/6/20. Someone could go 1/6/20 and then put an 18 behind it and be 2018, and then it's a dead document, or they could forge and change the date on there.
Oh, wow.
Sneaky.
So they're saying write out the full year because the date is easily changeable. So there you go. Did you know that?
I did not.
There you go. The more you know. A little tip for you right there.
Now I will.
We'll open up the mailbag here. You guys.
Bobby's mailbag.
Does your husband turn into a baby when he gets sick?
No, he doesn't talk about it. I won't even know. But I do know of friends like who have husbands that become big time babies. It's a thing.
You can call us too if you hear this and it strikes a chord. 877-77 Bobby. Hey Bobby, my husband likes it when I take care of him, especially when he's down with a man cold, as he calls it. However, he can become a terrible baby when he gets sick. And sometimes I suspect that he's overreacting. I'm happy to take care of my husband when he gets sick, but I can no longer tolerate his groaning about it. He's not dying. And I'm so over him behaving like the world is coming to an end just because of a simple illness. I feel like a terrible wife when I tend to him while feeling resentful at the same time. I don't mean to draw any comparisons, but one time we both happened to have a cold. I was busy cleaning the kitchen. He stayed in bed dying.
Oh, wow. That sucks.
I have a high pain and sick threshold, but I just put on a brave face and keep going. Any advice on how to deal with him acting like a baby when he's sick? That's the email. Yeah, here's the advice, is that he will take care of you at times, maybe when you're not sick, in other instances, and your time to take care of him is probably when he's sick. We all have times where we aren't feeling our best. It can be sick, it can be sad, it can be injured, but we all have our weak spots, and we depend on the person that's with us to take care of us in those moments. Now, I would assume this is when he's the biggest baby. I would also assume that she didn't put her name here. We'll call her Heather. That you, Heather, have a time that you also
need something.
Need to be taken care of. When you get emotional about something. He happens to be a baby when he's sick. Maybe you get emotional when, I don't need the puppy commercial. I will remember you. I don't know. My point is we all have a time we need to be taken care of, and this is his. And you shouldn't sick shame him. I'm going to just say it.
Oh, wow.
You shouldn't sick shame him.
Okay.
That's my advice is this is when he needs it, so you give it to him, and he gives it to you whenever you need it in another area. It just doesn't happen to be when you're sick. Amy, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully it comes full circle for you. If this is what he needs, then you should be there for him, and he will appreciate it, and it'll come back around to you when you need it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Cammie in Arkansas, you're on the Bobby Bone Show. What do you think about this?
Good morning, show.
Morning.
Ooh, studio.
Come on, guys. Yeah. I was just trying to give her one.
Morning, studio.
Morning.
I was just calling to let you guys know that this is my first call getting a hold of you guys, and I am from Centerton, Arkansas, and my husband is the biggest baby. He come home one morning from work, and he told me, he goes, you know, that one time you were in labor? I was like, yeah. And he's like, I feel just like that. And I just was like, there's no way.
But how do you know there's no way?
Because there's just no way.
You can't prove it. You can't. You're right.
I can't prove it, but I had 100% natural birth, and there's no way he felt that bad.
You're probably right.
Listen, Cammie, I also agree with you. He's full of crap. But what did you do? Did you take care of him and get him through it, or what?
Well, I actually tuned into our son. I told him, well, let's suck it up. I'm sure you're doing great.
And what did you think about the email that was sent in where she's like, my husband's a baby, what do I do?
I say, depending on how sick he is, maybe take care of him. But if you have children, you better tend to your children first.
So just leave him out there.
Oh, wow. Wait,
Absolutely.
why? Why tend to the children first?
Well, because sometimes, depending on the age of your child, they might be more needy.
Oh, okay.
Well, Cammie, how long you been married?
I actually, on New Year's Day, have been married 9 years.
Oh, wow, look at you. New Year's Day. Amy's anniversary was New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve, 13 years.
Oh, awesome.
Wow, 13 years
happy
ago. Huh?
Anniversary.
Thank you. You too.
Well, Cammie, thank you for calling.
you.
Hope you have a wonderful day.
All right. Thank you. You guys too.
All right, see you later.
Do you know the anniversary gift for 13?
Let me guess. Is it a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I looked it up.
13 is an unlucky number.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Dang,
I'm going to
I
say a
didn't think about
broken
that.
mirror.
No.
Oh, what?
The traditional one is lace, and the more
Dude,
modern.
what do you want me to get you?
I don't know. The modern one is textile or fur, which textile is like fabric. So any kind of fabric or fur. So 13 is a good year. So I got my husband new seats for his old truck. Like his old truck, they needed to be reupholstered. So get it? Textile.
Made it a fox or what?
No, just fabric,
oh.
like upholstery. So that was. I tried to stick with the theme. He did not, but it's fine.
I went over to Amy's house on Christmas Day for a little bit, and I wanted to take her kids their gifts. I guess your gift too.
Yeah, and I had yours.
And I went to take Amy's kids their gifts, and I went over like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And so Amy's like, "What are you gonna do for vacation?" I didn't have a plan. It's
plan.
Christmas Day.
No plan.
I had no plan.
We were leaving the next day. Everybody had flights booked. No plan. Bobby, nothing.
Amy goes, "You should go here," and I was like, "All right." And she goes, "And this is the hotel you should go to." And I was like, "All right." So I go home. And I booked it all. And within an hour, I booked it. And that's how I picked where I ended up going.
Like an hour later, he texted me. He's like, everything's booked. And I started immediately getting a little bit hot. Like, I didn't really, I was like, I didn't know that was legit. You were going to just book it. And so then I started freaking out and getting nervous that what if you go and you have a horrible time and it's not, did I fully vet the hotel and what did we think? I mean, I literally, it was from us talking in the kitchen and a quick Google search and Bobby booked it.
That's how you can tell I had no idea what I was going to do.
Yeah.
I had no plan. And I was like, "Amy, what do I do?" And it was near a place where her kids, it was near Haiti. It was down there, so booked it. And it was good. I'm just not really a beach guy in general, but it was like a Eddie vacation.
That's what you told me.
Yeah.
I was like, how's it going? And you're like,
Eddie texted
you
me,
would
was
love
like,
it.
"What's up?" And I was like, "Dude, you would love it."
It's not what I asked.
Well, what day was it? Like, I don't even know what day you're on. Day 2, day 3. You're like, I haven't left my hotel room.
Oh, Amy texted me. She was like, "What's happening?"
He hadn't even gone to the beach.
Come on.
It was late in day 2, and I hadn't left my hotel room.
They have friends on TV?
Guess what? No, he'd been working.
I've
He's
been
like, I've been
writing. I was
writing.
writing.
Which is good. I'm glad you could be in a quiet place where you could write. And I think writing is good for you and you need to do that. And you're working on some stuff. So I was fine with that because it's like, it's work, but it was work and at least like really, calm, peaceful place.
Yeah, just sat out. Go to my Instagram. You can see me. I did go to the beach the final day.
Mm-hmm.
The last day.
The last day.
It
Like, I
all
might as
in
well.
one day.
I got it all in.
Did you snorkel?
I did.
Okay.
I did that the day before. Got on a boat, went out, and just put the mask. It was fun. It was good.
You just put the mask on? Did you go underwater?
Did
You go under to the. You don't go where that tube goes under. But
You gotta breathe, yeah.
But the salt. Ugh. The ocean.
That's the ocean, Bobby.
Oh
So
my
you do
God.
not like sand or salt water? Why
I
did
would
you?
go underwater and I would come up like.
But was it beautiful?
I can Google image stuff.
No.
my God, that's not
When
the
you're
point.
there, it's different. Okay, did you relax? Do you feel like you vacationed?
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know how to take a vacation. I really don't know how to. I don't know how to go and decompress. Really,
Okay,
I loved
but
going
you're
to the.
smart. I know you can figure it out.
I loved going to the Arkansas Razorbacks game and just going back to Arkansas, and that was fun for me. I had fun at the beach too, that whole thing. But the Arkansas game was really great for me.
Okay.
That was great.
Next year, we're just booking you a trip to Arkansas.
Yeah, just go back and.
Stay at this hotel.
Which
Little
is
Rock.
great, but you need to relax.
David, you're on the air. David, appreciate you for calling. Let's get David on here. David, how are you, bud?
Morning.
Hey, morning.
Studio.
What's happening? All right, David, you're on the air, bro.
Morning, studio.
Morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Wait, listen, we're all struggling.
He
boy.
wanted us
We're
to
back
say
from vacation, but he like struggled. He was like, morning.
studio. Right, I know.
Yeah, hit us with it.
But that's why he was pausing earlier, is because he thought he was waiting for us.
All right. Listen, we're all dragging. Not even dragging. We're all a little off because we've been gone for so long. David, you're on the air. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I was calling because doctors have actually studied this one, and they found that the male immune response is actually more aggressive when we're sick. And so the worse the immune response, the worse you actually feel. So men actually do feel worse, even if they get the same thing as a woman.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
I've never looked that up, but I'm agreeing with this caller.
He's
Who
right.
did this study? Who?
Penis Institute.
I think it might have been NIH, which is National Institute of Health. But you can fact check me on that.
Amy, don't hate.
No,
You're just hating because you don't agree.
Yeah, because I just don't think that the male immune system has a harsher response.
But why do you think?
I don't know. I just don't. If it's
just
true.
doesn't. It just doesn't feel good to you. So you're going. I don't agree with it. Don't do
right.
fake news when you don't know, only because
okay.
it hits you wrong.
So I will accept this, and I need y'all to accept what you can't feel, which is hormones.
Okay, and accept
from a girl
too that when I get hit in the nads, it's probably as bad as having a baby.
Okay.
Oh
that's
boy,
just
you said
so
that.
Not true.
I don't think that's true.
Okay.
By the way, but you don't know. Who knows the difference? Who knows? David, appreciate that insight into the medical journal.
Yes.
In regards to illness and male versus female.
Yes.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you guys. It's been great getting to talk to you.
All right, thanks, man.
Have a good day.
A new analysis say that respiratory illnesses may hit men harder than women. There are many physiological differences between men and women, so it makes sense that we could differ in responses to cold and flu viruses.
Okay.
So there we have it.
Are you reading a study there?
Yeah, it's from the
NIH.
What, I don't know
National
what this
Institute of
is. Some guy named
Wikipedia.
Alan Moses.
Oh, yeah.
wrote an article.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and it's National
Alan.
Center for Complementary and Integrative Health.
Perfect.
There you go. So when we get sick, take care, boo-boo.
Okay.
Okay.
When I have a crazy time of the month, take care of me.
We do.
We do. We do here.
We do.
We do. Okay, coming up in a second, we will do Maren Morris, The Bones. We will open up the Bobby Bones Show Crystal Ball. Questions in the crystal ball like, in 2020, will Amy expand her family?
Ooh.
Oh, this is an interesting conversation.
Well, and that's the first question on the crystal ball that we'll get into. And I believe we have crystal ball music. Raymundo, can I hear some of that crystal ball music? We're talking about the crystal ball. This is what.
Ooh, it's a harp.
No, it's a crystal ball.
Right.
Eddie, come on.
We'll do those coming up next.
Get your Bobby Bones on.
A woman claiming to be a psychic stole more than $70,000 from a client by telling the woman that her 10-year-old daughter was possessed and she needed the money to banish that spirit.
Oh, man.
37-year-old Tracy Milanovic is charged with obtaining property by trick.
Is that a charge?
Yes, it is. Wow. And so, she said, hey, I need to cleanse your daughter. And all in all, it cost $70,000. Isn't that crazy? I saw another story, too. A woman in New Jersey was fooled by a Nigerian scammer who was posing as Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Oh, wow.
In which I couldn't believe she fell for that. Because when I fell for Joe of New Kids on the Block, who would fall for Jordan? You know?
Little Joe?
Yeah. A woman in New Jersey was fooled by a Nigerian scammer. She is 42 years old. She cashed a check that she believed was sent to her by the New Kids on the Block boy, Jordan Knight. Because I don't know how these. Oh, wow!
That's a weird pick that he picked Jordan Knight.
Cynthia Salvador received a phone call from someone who introduced himself as Jordan Knight from New Kids, and wanted her to send a $2,700 check to a charity in Nigeria. I feel bad for these people.
So bad.
I know.
And this person didn't have an accent.
It is me, Jordan Knight.
New Kids on the Block.
Because they say that's the number one. Like, normally you won't have conversations
we have smash
with
hits
these
like
fakers.
You write stuff.
We got the right stuff, baby.
Hanging tough.
Oh, no. Maybe you heard that. Do you know Donnie? He's on Blue Bloods now.
Great TV show.
No, he's not on Blue Bloods. Mark, which one's on Blue Bloods?
Donnie.
Yes, Donnie Wahlberg.
Did you see Donnie Wahlberg did he went out and he had dinner, I think, on New Year's Eve night and left the waitress $2,020 for 2020.
At like IHOP.
I got it. I had a little debate yesterday with some guy. I didn't know the guy, but he ended up being from a radio station in Chicago. And he replied he was irritated at people for doing like the tip challenge and showing it on Twitter. And I definitely want to represent him fairly here, because I presented a counter opinion. His name is Mick Lee. He said, why can't people just do a good deed and not share it on social media? Nice. You tip that server 45%. Stop looking for a pat on the back and just do it. # tip challenge. So this was my response to, I don't know him, but sometimes I get really irritated because I think you can brag all you want, because as long as you're doing something good, the brag doesn't cost anybody anything. It doesn't hurt anybody. But if you're doing something good for somebody, that's tangible good they're getting from it. And so I said, I would say that it literally, and I use that word in a true sense, hurts no one when someone posts a brag, and could actually inspire someone to replicate the act. Because that's what happened with the person who did it. They had to see it in order to tip someone extra.
Right.
And that was my point there. I said, so the positive far outweighs the negative. And then we went back and forth. They said, I'd say if you're posting something to inspire, then sure, go ahead. If you're posting for likes, retweets, or pat on the back, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. And I said, nothing is lost by bragging. Zero. It's like athletes doing charity for tax write-off. Who cares? People are benefiting. People are getting help when they weren't. That's the end of the story.
Is the charity going to be like, oh, whoa, are you doing this for tax write-off? Because if so, we don't want it.
There is literally no downside to you going, I did the tip challenge and I gave 45% extra. The only downside, I guess, is Mick Lee gets irritated. And if it's Mick Lee being irritated versus someone being tipped extra, I would be irritated all day long. So there just is there's no downside at all to someone bragging about what they do. You can be irritated and stop following them if you don't like it. But if they're helping, there's nothing that's happened in the wrong way. And also this person who did, I guess he saw someone do it and was like, oh, stop bragging. They had to be inspired by seeing the # tip challenge to even do it.
Right. To be a part of it. Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's what we've said too about sometimes when listeners do, if they're spreading joy and they # pimp and joy or whatever, they're not bragging about it. It's more to spread the movement and inspire. And anytime you do something, that's your goal, is to inspire if it gets talked about. And there's so much that you do, and probably that all of these other people do that maybe post about it once. There's like 10 other things they've done that they don't talk about in that year or whatever.
I think if you do something and you want to talk about it, and great, because there's nothing lost in you talking about it if you're inspiring or bragging or whatever. But what can be gained is someone see it and go, oh, well, I saw them do it. I should do something like that too. Mm-hmm. It's all gain. There's nothing lost there. It hadn't really been, and it definitely wasn't a Twitter fight. I was just like,
No.
oh, this is a counter opinion to what you're saying. But boy, back in the day, I used to get in real fights on Twitter.
But you kept it.
I loved it though. I used to get it. It's just I'm mature now. I'm gonna be 40 this year, so I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying not to fight.
That was old you.
Although it was exciting. A little bit, I was like, I'm gonna get in this, and I didn't. I just presented a counter opinion other than going, hey, idiot. Because I didn't feel like it was an idiot.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like it was that thought out. That makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense. New you. I love it.
No, not new me. Same me. Just trying to maintain that same me.
Okay.
Because when I get competitive, I go lizard brain. Remember what lizard brain is?
Oh, yeah.
Reptiles, they don't
Reactive.
respond, they react. That's why you see them, they're moving so quickly because they're not taking time to process and they're not responding to situations, they're reacting. We have the same part in our brain that reptiles do, but we should work to not react, but to respond. Take a second and don't go reptile. Instead of reacting, which a lot of times is not the right thing to do, take a second, let it sit, and then respond. And my New Year's resolutions are 1, be on my phone more.
So strange.
And 2, to really dial into responding instead of reacting. But I was doing that last year too. I guess it's just kind of to maintain that.
Okay.
And also maybe find a new ab so I have more abs. That's the goal. Maren Morris, The Bones, Bobby Bone Show. Hey, call us if you want. 877-77-Bobby. 877-77-Bobby. Love to hear from you guys. You have a question or comment?
Bobby Bone, come on.
On the phone is Brandon in Georgia, who's calling right now. Brandon, what's happening with you?
Hey, how are y'all doing? Good morning, studio.
Morning.
I just had a quick comment. I was commenting on or listening to you talk about the doing good deeds, and the way that I feel about it is, when you do a good deed, you don't want to do it for likes and for a social status. You do it out of the goodness of your heart. And I think when you post it on social media or for likes or however you want to do it, it kind of it makes it a hollow point to do a good deed. You do good deeds because you don't want anybody to know that you do it. You know, like buying somebody's meal at a restaurant or something like that. You see a veteran, you buy their meal, and you don't tell them. Nobody knows about it. That's the kind of my idea of a good deed. And when you go out there and you post it on social media, it's like you're just wanting likes.
I think that's in theory, that's a wonderful Mr. Rogers type look at it. I wish the world was a better place. However, let me ask you this, Brandon. Let's say you did it and it was great. And well, I like your story. You bought a veteran a meal and he got a meal and that was it. Or you did it and you posted about it and 9 other people saw it and bought veterans meals too. Which one would you rather have happen?
I get that point, and I agree to a certain extent to that. But at the same time, what if you say, hey, you get with your community and you say, hey, let's do something for the veterans and let's all go buy a veteran a meal or something like that. There's other avenues to make it spread versus posting it and getting likes from it, I guess is my point.
I have no problem with people posting everything good in the whole world because it's free and it inspires other people to do it. Even if one person is inspired just by writing it out, brag away. Everybody brag away. Because if it's going to create more good, brag until your little heart falls out. I don't even care if you don't do it for the right reason. As long as somebody else is getting the benefit of your charity work that needs it, I don't care why you do it. I don't care if you do it because you're an awful person and you want the likes, or you do it because you want to inspire people. As long as somebody is benefiting. I just know that when I was a kid and I was poor, people were taking care of me, and sometimes they took care of me just to get what they would call clout now, and I'm totally okay with that. Like, you want to brag at church because you brought me gifts as a kid at church? Great. I still got Christmas gifts because you wanted to brag. I'll take it all day long. So, yeah, I have no issue with that. But, Brandon, I get your point, and I think in a perfect world that is good and it makes sense. But brag away, man. Brag all you need is what I say. Hey, appreciate that call, though. Where you live?
I live in Valdosta, Georgia.
Is that Titletown?
It is Titletown. Yep.
I used to do. I did college football play-by-play, and we would go down to Valdosta and get beat a lot. But
okay.
Yeah, we used to go down there. Yeah. Brandon, good to talk to you, bud.
You too. Y'all have a great day.
All right. See you later. We'll come back. We got Tell Me Something Good. Lunchbox has this coming up. Police in Arizona stepped up in a big way to help out a 2-year-old girl with a heart defect. She was stuck at home missing out on one of her favorite things to see, so these officers stepped in. What they brought to her is pretty awesome. He has that story next.
Bobby Bones.
Hey, it's Bob. Earlier in the show, we caught you up that Raymundo got engaged to his girlfriend after 6 years of being together. There's a big Christmas thing here in town, and Raymundo goes and buys tickets for it, and then he actually emailed them and said, hey, can I get that Jumbotron? And so on the Jumbotron, inside this big Christmas show, what'd they write on the screen, Raymundo?
Bae, will you marry me?
And then was she surprised?
Totally shocked. You can hear, I did a video, the audio wasn't great for radio, but in the video you can see her, she literally gasps. I mean, I don't know how much more of a surprise you can hope for.
So they're engaged. They will be getting married in October, it sounds like.
That's the plan. We check with families, made sure dates work and stuff.
The plan on the engagement was 2 years long. But something else that happened to Raymundo was he got a Christmas gift from Sam Hunt.
Yeah, randomly I got a box here to the station, and it was all wrapped up. It was a huge box, and he gave me basketball shoes and one of the coats that he loves wearing. I don't even know if it was maybe his that he was wearing. Just gifted them both to me.
They were new.
I don't know. That coat looked like the one he wore in studio.
Right, so he probably got you one like his, right?
He's a lot bigger than you. Like, Sam's probably 6'2" or 6'3". You're 5'6". He looked like a dress on you.
It was dope, though, man. All Saints, I think it's an expensive brand. He just straight hooked it up. And a note, too.
What'd the note say?
He said, let's play ball sometime, try on the basketball shoes, and just let's hang out, man. I appreciate the support.
Sam Hunt's 6'3". And you're 5'6". His clothes would not. That would look like daddy's clothes.
Yeah, you're right. But we'll look good on the court together. I mean, me, the point guard, and him down low in the post.
You think you'll play ball with them?
I got to practice a little bit. I haven't shot a ball in years. Just get the J back and I'll be fine.
What's he saying?
Jumper.
Taylor in West Virginia is on the phone. Taylor, what's happening with you? How are you?
Oh, nothing. I just showed up at work.
Okay, what can I help you with?
Yeah, I have a kind of a dilemma going on between my husband and his parents and I. We have a 7-year-old daughter, and she adores Dustin Lynch, and they don't think it was appropriate for me to tell her on Christmas Day that when our taxes come, I'm going to buy her tickets to do the meet and greet. What do y'all think? Is 7 too young to take her to a meet and greet?
Well, I think it depends who. With Dustin Lynch, no. I think it's great. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
I think Dustin's a good one to take a 7-year-old to because he is a good dude and his songs are good.
Like,
yeah.
You can take a picture. Your kid will have it forever. I
If it's
guess
like Slipknot, I think we got an issue.
I guess I'm confused what they're concerned about.
I don't know. They're kind of conservative, I guess you could say. But she told me before Christmas she wanted to sell all of her toys so she can go to his concert.
Oh, wow.
And
yeah.
Where is Dustin doing the show?
We haven't chose yet.
Do you know if he's doing one close to you?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I guess
I
she's at work right now.
haven't really looked anything up yet. I just know that when we get our taxes back, I'm going to look.
Okay, well, let us know if he's coming close to you. And I don't think there's anything wrong with taking your kid to see Dustin Lynch.
No.
She'd love that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where does she live?
Oh, what is it?
We'll let you get into work. We appreciate you calling, though, okay?
All right,
Let
thank
that
you.
7-year-old meet Dustin Lynch. He's the one I would let him meet. All right, see you later. There you go. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Lunchboxes Tell Me Something Good comes up in about 10 seconds. 55 after. We're a little late today. Every hour, though, we do this segment right here.
It's time for the good news.
With Lunchbox.
Tell me something good.
There's this family in Gilbert, Arizona. A couple times a year, they always go up to the mountains because their kids love the snow and they like to play in it, have a snowball fight. Well, this year, their 2-year-old daughter has a heart defect, and the doctor said, this year, I don't think she can go because, it's too stressful on her heart. So the family was sad. They posted about it on Facebook, and the local police department saw it. And they ordered 2 tons of snow and delivered it to their house.
What?
Yeah. Was it Amazon that delivered it?
Yeah, and they just drop all this snow off at the house so the girl can play in the snow.
I had no idea that was even possible. That's so cool.
No, Amy's going to do it.
I know.
For fun. But, yeah, shout out. What town is this?
Gilbert, Arizona.
Wow.
So, shout out to the police officers there. Yeah.
How much is snow?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm going to go right now.
Let me look at the market. That's a great story. Shout out to those guys. And I'm looking at her here in a leopard jacket sitting on the snow. And she just looks so happy. So shout out to those police officers for making that happen. That is what it's all about.
That was Tell Me Something Good.
Transmitting across America.
This is the Bobby Bones Show. That's right. Now here he is. Turn it up. Come on, Bobby.
Let's do Lady A. This is What If I Never Get Over You, Bobby Bones Show. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. We're back. We're going to look into the crystal ball after this segment. See what's 2020 is up for everybody here on the show. All right? Crystal ball. These are questions sent to us by listeners, and we'll just kind of all answer these and see what we think. Looking into the crystal ball, here we go. The Bobby Bones Show Crystal Ball. Seemed a little redundant.
Yeah.
Can we get the crystal ball theme, please? What country artist will win Entertainer of the Year in 2020?
Oh.
As we look into the crystal ball. I'll go out now and say Luke Combs.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's a good guess.
He's never won, never been nominated for Entertainer of the Year, but I'm going to go Luke Combs wins it this year. Or I'm going to go Luke or Carrie. People will be irritated she didn't win last year and like step up doubly.
That's what I was thinking.
So, well, you can't take both of mine. That's what I was thinking. You said yes to them.
Oh, I wasn't thinking Luke Combs. I was thinking Carrie Ann.
Oh, okay. But okay, I'm going to say Luke Combs or Carrie Underwood. Go ahead.
Well, can I take someone different or do I do Carrie Underwood?
You can do whatever you want.
Carrie Underwood.
Would you have said that before I gave my reason?
Yes.
Do you promise?
She's the first person that came into my mind. Carrie and Luke Bryan.
And I don't know what Carrie's doing this year as far as
She's on tour, right?
I don't know if she's announced a new tour.
No.
So no, I don't know. I don't know if she's putting out new music. I have no idea. So I'm gonna say Luke Combs or Carrie without knowing what Carrie's doing.
Oh, she has a book coming out.
That's true. A
Yeah.
book. Amy, Lunchbox, who's gonna win Entertainer of the Year?
Sam Hunt. He's going on tour, new music, going to crush it. Sales are going to be through the roof. Entertainer of the Year.
Eddie?
I think a lot of promise goes to John Party. I think he's going to have a big year this year.
You think he's Entertainer of the Year?
Random, yes, random.
I
hot
love
take.
him, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a very
bold.
Will there be a Friends reunion in 2020?
I go 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'll say not officially, but I think they'll probably all get together and do something.
Okay.
That's what I think happens with the Friends reunion. Eddie, what do you think?
100%. Yes, there's too much on social media
Yeah.
and a bunch of hype going around it. Yes.
Well, here's the thing, too. They've taken it off Netflix and they've put it on NBC Universal, I think, or whatever, right? Oh, it's HBO.
HBO.
Which is, by the way, is owned by NBC or no? It's not? Well, I think that because of the shift, there'll be some new thing that they get paid to do because there's been a change in scenery.
Got it.
But you're
Lunchbox?
going not officially.
I'm going to go no,
Yeah.
but they'll do something-ish where they'll all show up together and do something, like a press conference or something. Lunchbox?
No, I mean, I don't, unless they do a show, I don't count that as a reunion. If they're all like, take a picture together, that doesn't really count. I think they're just doing it to advertise them moving to what you said, HBO streaming.
They'll need to be paid a lot to do that.
Mhm.
They did all get together on Instagram last year. Let's see. Will Bobby get a girlfriend?
No.
Let's look into the crystal ball here. Will Bobby get a girlfriend? Amy?
Yes.
Oh, you have faith in me for 20? It's a whole year, so we're looking at a bunch of time.
Right. And I think 2020, I think this is the year. You also turn 40. There's a lot that's going to be happening. You've been working on yourself as a couple, you as a significant other to someone. You've been going to therapy with a couples therapist. I think
Alone, by the way.
Right,
yeah.
alone. So this is the year.
I think the answer is yes, too.
Oh, wow. Have you ever said yes to this?
I don't know. But I think the answer is yes to this one, too. Lunchbox said no.
No, Bobby said he was going to get married last year, and what happened? Nothing. I mean, there was no prospects. I mean, we haven't heard anything about dating anyone. So, I mean, there's just no hope.
Eddie?
You've been doing a lot of self-help stuff, and you just said yes to your own question. So I think that's a big deal. Yes, it's happening.
Will Amy expand her family in 2020 into the crystal ball? Amy, you have 2 kids. You've adopted 2 kids.
Yes.
They've been here now basically 2
years. Mm-hmm.
And has this been a conversation?
Well, for my husband, it has been. We were talking to somebody else, and I overhear him say to someone that he would like to adopt more kids or have more, but I'm not. And I'm like, when did we have this conversation? He's right. I'm not ready, but apparently he is. So this is something I might need to be open to. I'm not sure what's happening there, but it is a conversation on his side, which makes it a conversation. What do you think?
I don't know. You won't get a kid this year,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that you'll probably decide that you're going to adopt.
Like a baby? Or
No,
what?
I don't think a baby.
Okay.
Let me look at my
I feel like
crystal ball.
my husband is having that. What do they have when you want a baby? Baby fever?
Oh, wow.
Oh, is he want a baby?
I don't know. He's just talking about babies all the time now, and I don't know what's happening.
There's one about Eddie too, because Eddie, your family, you have 2 foster kids.
Yeah, please tell me it's not will Eddie expand his family.
It
even
says,
more?
will Eddie become his foster kid's legal parent?
Oh, okay, that's a good question.
I'm gonna not let you answer this because I know that unless you
that's
want
like
unless you want to answer it.
No, go ahead. You guys take it.
But what? So Eddie has 2 foster kids. What, you don't like that?
I don't know. I'm torn in it because I'm like, oh, if this is the year, yes, that happens. It just means, I'm sure, Eddie, you agree with me that it's hard for this. Like, even with my kids, sometimes I think about their birth parents, and it's hard that they're not with them. And if Eddie does legally become their kids, that means that their birth parents couldn't get it together.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. But I'm thankful for Eddie and his family.
So what do you think?
I think the answer is yes.
Oh,
I think
wow.
Eddie becomes his foster kid's legal parents. I was with my friend, a friend of Eddie and I's named Adam. We were out this weekend. He went to Arkansas with me to the game. And I was talking to him. He's like, how's Eddie? I was like, man, he's great. I was like, I don't know that I've ever seen him happier and he has 4 kids now.
That's crazy.
But I don't know if I've ever seen Eddie happier as a person than when he has his 2 kids and his 2 foster kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie have known each other for a long time. So I think the answer is yes. I think you do become their legal guardian parent this year. Do you want to answer that or no?
I mean, I could just say either way, it'd be great. I mean, I would love for that to happen. But at the same time, it's out of my hands. I'm just playing my role. That's it, dude.
How did Christmas go with the foster kids? It was your first Christmas with them.
Awesome. Amazing. I mean, yeah, the older foster kid, it was his first Christmas, and he's 4, but it was his first real Christmas. He's never celebrated Christmas before. So he had a blast. He loved it. And we got to see all our my parents and then my wife's parents and then different families. So I guess technically he had 4 Christmases, which I told him this isn't normal.
Wow.
But he loved it, yeah.
And did he get the Tom Brady jersey?
He did get the Tom Brady jersey.
You let him, even though you're a Cowboys fan.
Bones, I had to just kind of, hand it off and say, this isn't about me, it's about him. And now he won't take it off. He wants to wear it every single day. So I know how special it is to him, and I'm glad we decided to give it to him.
Aw.
So the Cowboys fired their coach yesterday.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I trust my team. I trust the owners and what they do. And I mean, I think whatever, like we needed a big change. I think the Cowboys needed a big change, and I think it's going to happen.
Into the crystal ball. Who will win the Super Bowl?
Who's playing?
Look into the crystal ball, Amy. 2020.
Do we know who's playing yet?
We know who
Now, there are 8 teams left.
Titans.
Good guess.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
They're playing Baltimore this weekend.
I know.
On Saturday.
I have inside sources that say they're strong, so I'm going Titans. Let's win this. I mean, the Patriots are out, so, it could happen.
Lunchbox?
Ravens are the best team in football.
Eddie?
I'm going to go with the Ravens.
I'm going to go with Kansas City.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kansas City. I think Kansas City wins Super Bowl. Okay. Looking into the crystal ball. What will Lunchbox name his second kid?
Interesting.
Who's a famous teen mom?
Who's it? Janelle?
Janelle, Chelsea, Macy.
One of
Kaylin.
those.
Oh, what was the one that came in here?
Well, there was Kaylin and Amber Portwood.
Amber.
Oh, Amber.
No, she was in jail, and Lunchbox wanted to go
Did you
visit
say
her.
you're having a boy or girl?
I don't know if I'm having a boy or girl.
That's why I don't know.
Oh, so it needs to be unisex. Okay.
No, I'm still gonna go with girl. I'm predicting a girl, and it's gonna be one of the teen mom girls. He loves that show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with that. Let's see. Will Bobby get his own TV show this year? Amy?
Yes.
His own. It's a big one.
I'm gonna withdraw from the answer to this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step back and not answer this one. Who knows? I think that's good. Will Amy go to therapy with Bobby?
I've said yes.
I know, but will I let you?
Well, I don't know. Your therapist presented it. I guess
know.
it's up to y'all.
She was like, bring Eddie or bring Amy. And Eddie goes, no.
Nah, we're good. We're good here.
All right. Well, that's a look into the crystal ball. Thank you very much. There we go. You guys can call us if you want. 877-77-BOBBY. 877-77-BOBBY. That's our phone number. You know what we can do coming up in a second is the 60-second showdown. I got 3 categories. They can win $100 if they get 10 out of 10. 90s country, Disney movies, or world geography. I can tell you which one won't be picked.
World geography.
That one would be tough.
Yeah.
But sometimes we make the hardest category the easiest answer. So we'll play that game. If you want to play, call us. We'll do that next. If you've ever took notes during my whole vacation of things I wanted to talk about. And I went to dinner at a restaurant here in town. It was me and a friend and his wife, and just a normal place. Definitely not a fancy place. And we're in there and we're sitting in the middle of the restaurant, and they take these two tables and they push them together. And because there was a big group coming to sit next to us, is Reese Witherspoon.
Really?
She sat right next to us in the restaurant and had dinner.
Wow.
So cool.
Did you get a picture?
No.
Oh.
She was
Why
having dinner
not?
with her family. I don't bother people.
Yeah.
You're with your family, your kids, you're eating. Those are the. If you see someone famous, you can always go up and say hi, unless they're either with their family or they're eating. Those are the two times you do not bother anyone under any circumstance. And she was doing both. But they came and sat down. She had dinner. Nobody bothered her. Not one person.
That's cool.
It was great. So it was pretty weird though. I'm sitting there and I see Reese Witherspoon. Well, I don't know. I guess I saw her at CMAs.
Yeah, she was there.
When you freaked out over her.
Yeah, but she was not with her family and she was not eating. And I hugged her.
That's true. And you could have.
But I made it quick, like super quick.
See, I made a bunch of notes here. I did a Bobby cast with Russell Dickerson and his wife, Kaylee Dickerson. And you can check it out now. We did it. It's been up for like a week and a half. Just search Bobby cast. But I'm telling you, the way they look at each other, you can just see it.
That's cool.
They would just look at each while one is talking and the other one is like falling in love again.
They radiate love.
It's just amazing. And it was legitimate too. I mean, it was as real as could be. And so Russell Dickerson, who sings that song Yours, here's a clip of Yours. He was talking about during the podcast how he proposed to Kaylee with a song. Not this song. This is about her. That song's about her, but a different song. And he was like, hey, I want to shoot a YouTube video. And he was lying to her, being like, hey, I want to shoot a YouTube video, but he was going to propose on camera. So he had to like create a situation. And so this is them actually talking about that.
And then I walk over and it's like, you're the love of my life. You're the girl of my dreams. Oh, Kaylee Seymour, will you marry me? It's just like literally like 4 lines.
And so when did it hit?
Well, he said Kaylee, you have to do
I'd say Kaylee Holly Love a Lot.
Love a Lot was a nickname, middle name. So when he said Kaylee Holly Love a Lot Seymour, I was like, I looked up and I was like, wait a second.
So there's that. Is that the right? Well, regardless, that's a good clip, and you can hear that there on the podcast. And apparently, she was like, as the video was filming, she was like, wait, the kitchen's a mess. Is this going to be on video? I didn't get to clean up everything. So it's really good. Check out the Russell Dickerson Bobby cast. It's up now, and yeah, it's a pretty good one just to watch those two. Like they're just like still in love. A little bit, I'm like, man, I wish I had that. And a little bit, I'm like, nah. Mostly, I was like, I wish I had. Well, I just don't have that.
That's what I was going to ask you is what
That's
it'd be
funny.
Mostly
like.
jealous.
Okay,
Mostly jealous. But a little bit when you get so jealous that you're like, I hate it. That's what happens. Jealousy breeds resentment. And I'm like, I'm so resentful that I don't have this. Because they are in love.
They're so cute on Instagram too.
I think I'm going to go over and have dinner with them. They invited me over to the house to have dinner. And I never
their
do
new
that.
house, yeah.
And
so
they
cook.
I was like, sure, why not? So I think I'm going to do that. So that was great. Check that out. You know what else I did that was kind of dumb was I was flipping through trying to find shows to watch during the holiday. And I started Marvelous Miss Maisel. And so I watched the first episode. And I was like, I can't really get it. Not super into it. But I can never, first episode shows, I'm never dialed in. Takes me a minute. Watch second episode. I'm like, okay, it's pretty good. But I'm not getting some parts of it. Like, what am I missing? And so I was talking to a friend about it. I said, well, they did this. And he goes, oh, no, you started season 3.
Oh, my gosh.
You're episode 1, season 3.
Yes.
But so did you go back to
No,
episode
because
season 1?
I watched other shows. I watched
Yeah.
the morning show on Apple Plus.
And?
It's great.
So good.
Yeah.
All the way through?
It's with Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell. It's really good.
Oh, because you didn't want me to tell you the end. We
Yeah.
were talking about it and you were like, stop talking.
Mhm.
Because I
was
didn't.
like, don't, because Amy spoils everything.
I don't mean to, but okay, so you saw it all. Okay.
Thought it was fantastic.
Me too.
I watched this movie on Netflix called The Two Popes.
Oh, you told my husband about that, so then he put it on and what? What?
I loved it.
Oh, well, maybe I need to like focus.
Oh, you have to focus.
Okay.
It's definitely a lot of dialogue. It's
Okay.
about the story of
I was in and out.
the Pope Benedict and Pope Francis and their transfer.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a lot accurate, but a little bit fiction because you don't know what's really happening behind the walls. But it tells the story of Pope Francis growing up. And you can always Google stuff to see what's accurate and what's not. But it's on Netflix. And Anthony Hopkins plays Pope Benedict.
Oh, cool.
It's like a real.
Yeah, he does look just like him, too.
Man.
Weird.
I love the two popes. It's definitely not an action shoot 'em up. You do have to dial in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought the Two Popes was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, my husband liked it.
Did he watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I was the one that was
Oh,
like,
well, you were hating. I thought you both hated on it.
No, just me. Like, he was dialed in, and I was like doing other things. And I was like, I just can't get into it. But I guess it's because I wasn't stopping to focus.
See, another note here I have. I guess Kim Kardashian bought her kid that Michael Jackson jacket for $70,000, the red one.
His Thriller jacket.
Because I made a note. I was so shaken by it.
Oh, wow.
I guess they have so much money. Like, what do you get someone who has everything except something from history, an artifact? So paid $70,000 to get her daughter the Michael Jackson red jacket.
Wow.
Made that note. Okay, that didn't hit you guys very hard.
But her daughter's like how old? She's young?
7 or 8 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were we going to say?
I don't know. Nothing. I guess I'm just like, oh, the Kardashians, yeah, they have so much money that I'm like, okay. But then some people might be like, oh, do you want a piece of Michael Jackson stuff? You know?
I would like to have that jacket.
You'd wear it every day, right?
Okay.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I thought.
Let's see. Let me see what else I have here. I saw The Irishman. I give it 4 out of 5 Hitmen. I'll review that tomorrow. I watched the Kevin Hart show, the documentary on Netflix. His docuseries is great.
Really?
It's not comedy. There's no stand-up in it. It's about his life. And at first, it's him it's like, here's my story, and they're shooting it, and it's Kevin Hart, and it starts with him getting kicked off hosting the Oscars, Academy Awards, because of some tweets that were anti-gay back years and years and years ago. And he's like, I'm not going to apologize. Like, I don't feel that way anymore. But I did it 10 years ago. We have to stop punishing people for being stupid a long time ago when we're not stupid. Anyway, so he does this whole thing. And in the middle of shooting this docuseries, he gets caught cheating on his wife, and they leave it in there. Oh, it's crazy. Like episode 3 when he gets caught cheating on his wife.
Okay. How long is this?
It's 6 episodes, 30 minutes an episode.
Okay.
Wow. It's not bad.
Doable.
I sent a friend that yesterday. Hey, what's the Rotten Tomatoes on that series, Mike? Look that up. Because I really I didn't expect to enjoy it. I was like, it kept popping up in the Netflix like, you should watch this. And I was like, fine, I'll watch it. I thought it was real good.
You know what movie is so funny that he's in with The Rock? It's called Central Intelligence.
Loved it. Thought it was so funny.
We watched that over Christmas break and died laughing.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I forgot we watched it, but
that came on TV and I watched some of it.
Mm.
Yeah. I went to the movies with somebody and watched that. I don't have the Kevin Hart series. His last special was called Irresponsible, but his docu-series, I think it's called Don't Blank This Up.
Wow.
And there's a lot of him blanking stuff up.
I get the joke.
He's so rich, though. It's crazy. Eliminating the note here. If you go, let's see. It's 66% positive. All right. I thought it was good. If you go to my Instagram, there was a little controversy. What, Amy?
well, the F word, the don't blank this up, made me think of don't mess
Blank
with
with cats.
Did you watch that?
No, I couldn't. I didn't. Amy told me before break, she's like, you should watch this series on Netflix called Don't Blank with Cats.
It's crazy.
And I was like, I don't like seeing animals hurt in any way.
Me neither, but
But she loves to see animals hurt. That's her thing.
I do not. It's so
Interesting.
much more than that. It's just crazy. I never even knew the story, and it's real. And it's
So tell me
psycho
quickly.
guy.
Tell me the story on the overlaying story without spoiling anything.
Okay.
Go
Well,
ahead.
this guy is a sicko, and he gets attention because he posts this video on YouTube of him doing something bad to a cat,
Okay.
basically. So then these people online, they're like, what? You can't do this to a cat. So they all form this Facebook group, and they become like obsessed with trying to find where this guy is in the world because he's on YouTube. They don't know where he is. So they take context clues like the outlet in the wall, the light, like everything, like what country could he be in based on what things look like. And it's like a years-long thing. And the guy ended up like it.
Don't spoil.
Okay, well, he progresses from animals to whatever, and murders happen, and the Facebook
Ooh.
group, they knew who he was, and the police didn't listen to him, but they all
A
worked
murder
together.
docu? Every white girl listening is like, ooh, I need to get on that.
But then, yeah, so, I mean, it's just like the internet's crazy.
The internet,
But we
yes.
know that.
And you like, what is Don't Blank with Cats on Rotten Tomatoes, Mike? Because Amy was telling me before the break, you have to watch it. I was like, I don't like seeing people mess with kids or animals.
It's 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.2 out of IMDb.
Whenever I went to the Arkansas game,
Yeah.
when they won the game, you know how many points they scored? 69.
Just for you, too, probably.
Many people came up to me after the game and they were like, that was for you. We scored 69 for you. Let's see. Audience scores 83 on Don't Blank with Cats. Lower on the tomato, the critics, but look at that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely gruesome, but
I
know. It's just, you feel,
Well, I like it, though. I will watch it if you say I like it.
I think you will like
Okay,
it.
But if I don't like it, shave an eyebrow. All right, Justin Moore, the ones that didn't make it back home, Bobby Bone Show. Eddie's your eyebrow going back in?
No, yeah, I don't even see it anymore. Can you see it?
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's kind of, I got bushy eyebrows. So.
All right, Bobby Bone Show. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let's go to Allie in Virginia. Allie, what's happening?
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good. What's happening with you this morning?
Nothing much. You know, it's a Monday. Kids are back in school, so that's good.
They're back in school. Is that what you said?
Yes. My daughter went back to school today.
What year is she?
She is 8, going on 20, and she's in 3rd grade.
That's funny. Would you like a chance to win $100 of my money?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to play
I'm going to try.
the 60-second showdown where you will have 10 questions. You have to get them all right in 60 seconds, okay?
Okay.
If you don't know, pass. We'll come back to it. Your categories are 90s country, Disney movies, or world geography.
I'm going to go with the Disney movies.
It's a very popular category. You have to get all 10 of them. Are you ready to play Allie in Virginia?
Yes.
The clock starts at the end of the first question. Here we go. How many wishes does the genie grant to Aladdin when he emerges from the magic lamp?
3.
Correct. In The Lion King, what kind of animal was Pumbaa?
Warthog.
Correct. What does Mary Poppins use to travel?
Like a umbrella thing?
Correct. The character Mushu is from what Disney movie?
Mulan.
Correct. Who voices the character of Buzz Lightyear?
Oh my gosh, what is his name? Is it Tom Hanks?
Incorrect. What Disney movie tells the story of a waste robot cleaning up Earth?
Wally.
Correct. What's the name of the Disney princess in Beauty and the Beast?
Belle.
Correct. In Aladdin, what kind of animal was Abu?
A monkey.
Correct. What does Cinderella's fairy godmother turn into a carriage?
A pumpkin.
Correct. Ursula is the villain in what Disney movie?
Little Mermaid.
Correct.
So close.
The one she didn't get, and she spent just too much time on. I think if she would have passed, she'd have come back to it. Buzz Lightyear is voiced by, she said Tom Hanks. It's the other one. Do you know?
Oh. It's not Tom Hanks. It's
Tim Allen.
Oh.
You were, well,
Tim
2
Allen.
away.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you just sat on it too long. But you know what? It's a good run, good attempt.
That was fun.
Thank you for calling. Well, you didn't win, but I love your excitement.
I know, but
Well, Allie, thank you for being on the show. Appreciate you. Have a good day, okay?
thank you. You
All right.
as well.
Bye-bye. Best and, we'll call it high and low from vacation. Your high and your low around the room. Amy.
High was getting to go to Colorado and getting tons of family time, even for my kids, like with their cousins, and just we ski when we're up there. And the kids got out there, and I thought they were going to complain about the cold, and they really didn't. I mean, one time Stevenson cried because he was too cold, but he got over it, and it was just so fun. And so family time and skiing was the best. Worst would be I found really good ticket prices flying in, but if we flew into Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then drove to Colorado. And in my mind, I thought it was a 2.5, 3 hour drive. It was 5 hours.
Oh.
Each way. So we landed, which is a long flight from Nashville to like Minneapolis, then to New Mexico. And then we drove 5 hours, and everyone was just annoyed with me. But we saved money. So I was like, just look at it that way. So that was my worst of times. What about you?
My best was going to the Arkansas basketball game. We won. And just seeing everybody back home. And not even people I knew, but I feel like everybody in Arkansas is like a cousin.
Yeah.
So just seeing everybody. And I hung around after the game, met a bunch of people, took a bunch of pictures. And got to meet the new basketball coach and the new football coach. And for me, you know, the Arkansas Razorbacks were and still are like my life. Like I just love it so much. So that was probably my best. Also, I had a good break. I went to the beach, and that was good. The beach, I'm just still not a beach guy.
So weird.
I'm just not a beach guy, but I had a good time. It was good. And I went, I told the story earlier, I only went because Amy was like, this is where you should go, and this is the hotel you should stay. And like, I was like, all right, cool. So,
By the way, I had never been there or to that hotel.
So why did you tell him?
I Googled it.
Oh, you did? I thought you had been.
Yeah, I said I had been to the one place nearby, but I had never stayed at that hotel.
Yeah, but but Amy was like, well, this is near Haiti. You should go over here. And I
It's
was like,
beautiful.
I
was
thought
like,
you had been.
I'd been close to there, but definitely not the hotel. That's why I was real worried the whole time. I was like, so what is like? Like I was like, my fingers were crossed that you weren't gonna like
It's
end up
fine.
at some shady hotel.
So I did that. That was best. Probably Arkansas was best. My dog got so sick during the break. I had to take him to the emergency room.
Really?
He was coughing so hard that he was throwing up.
Oh.
He was like, oh, and you know how it's like dry heave? And so I think he would throw up everywhere. Gosh. And so, I mean, my dog's been sick and had a bunch of surgeries, and it's just been a constant thing. So I take him to the ER, and I spent 5 hours there. He ended up with some kind of lung infection. And so
That sounds serious.
And so I was on meds with him for luckily I was home. I didn't go on to the beach until after he got better, but I was with him the whole time. And I kind of documented the whole thing when I was there on my Instagram. And then I put the bill up too, and it was crazy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
What was
It was like 5 hours, like $560 or something, right?
Like $100 an hour.
Yeah. And we just sat in there. It was, by the way, it was Christmas Eve, I think. So I think that, or maybe it was the day, but I don't know. But like, there's not a lot of staff up there. So we sat for 5 hours as he tried to get better. That's probably the worst part of it. But he's healthy now. We're struggling, though. I spent half an hour with him every day training him. Trying to train him. Just trying to get him. He is just...
He's not getting it?
He gets it, then he doesn't want to get it anymore. He's a bulldog. He just doesn't care.
So nothing sticking?
I mean, Amy, I thought he was deaf for a while. Because
Which could be the
he's
case.
not listening to you.
Well, I mean, there's like
Because
everything
I would
wrong.
say, hey, Stanley, come here. I'd be like, hey, Stanley, come here. Hey, Stanley, come here. No, he wouldn't even look at me. He wouldn't even raise an ear to hear I'm talking. But then I would go, treat. Oh,
he
right
hears
to
you.
me.
Yeah, he's not deaf.
He's not deaf. He just DGAF. But every day we trained. Every day. So we're working. It's tough. That's my best and my worst. Lunchbox?
Best was we went to Austin, saw my family, and spent so much family time. We took family pictures with all the nieces and nephews, and just, I mean, the cousins played together, which was really awesome because my son never gets to see his cousins. So it was just pandemonium with all the screaming and crying kids, but it was so much fun.
And hardest thing? Worst time?
Worst time was Christmas. My kid just didn't care about Christmas. I mean, he's 1.5, and I bought presents, wrapped them, and I was all excited, expecting him to want to rip into presents, and he just did not care about presents. It was like, dude, get in the Christmas spirit, but he didn't get into it.
Best and worst, Eddie?
Oh, mine's easy. I got to stand on the Dallas Cowboys football field, guys. The actual field they play on. I snuck in. Not proud of it, but I snuck in.
How'd you sneak into a football stadium?
Well, we were driving by the stadium, and my kids were like, look, that's it, Dad. It's like, all right, let's go by, and we'll take a picture outside. But I saw a door where people were coming in and out. So I kind of like, let's see what's in there, boys. So we walk in. No one said anything. We just kind of blended in with the crowd, and we keep following the crowd. Next thing you know, Bones, we're in the stands, going down to the field, and then I'm on the grass.
I saw your Instagram picture.
And our boys, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And for sure, my 11-year-old was like, Dad, we're getting arrested. Like, we didn't get arrested. No one said anything. It was fine. We were there for 5 minutes, but Bones, it was like heaven to me.
Oh, wow.
It was beautiful.
And the hardest thing, struggle?
The struggle was the drive. I mean, when you're traveling with 4 kids in a car for 8-hour drive, turns into a 12-hour drive, and everyone's fighting and has to pee at different times and stop 30 times. It was tough.
Eddie and his son came over to the house. His youngest son came over to the house for a while over break.
Yeah.
And, so,
and Bones played the guitar for him.
Oh, well, we have this one song we do as Raging Idiots. And Eddie's like, you can't play it. He's 5. It's not even a bad song.
It's a grandma song.
Yeah, and he's like, you can't play that. Right. So I was trying to give his 5-year-old a concert at the house.
Like, Bones, put the guitar away.
I did get a new guitar, too. I bought it myself, but I got that over Christmas. Morgan, number 2, best and worst?
High over break was that I made all my family play a bunch of board games, and we went cosmic bowling, so that was really fun. And then the low was that I got sick. So
You did?
That's probably why I spent a lot of time doing nothing.
What kind of sick? You get the poopies?
No, it was a sinus infection, so I was on a bunch of antibiotics and stuff. So.
All right. No poopies. And Raymundo got engaged, right, Raymundo?
Yeah, that's got to be the high.
Okay. Any low for you real quick?
I was in Michigan. I was taking care of my nephew. He's 11. Almost got kicked out of the hotel. He doesn't mind anybody, and so he's throwing balls, kicking.
At 11?
Yeah. no manners, so that I ended up having to talk to the manager. I said, hey, so sorry. I can't control the kid. Almost got bounced out of a Flint hotel.
At 11.
Yeah, he does whatever he wants. There's no telling him no.
Well, you should talk to him about that.
Hey, Uncle Ray.
Yeah,
He's almost
step in.
taller than me. I mean, he's a dominant force. There's no stopping him.
Oh, okay.
All right, there you go. Those are our updates there. If you miss any of the show, check it out on iHeartRadio. Search it later. Search Bobby Bones Show on demand. Thank you, guys.
The Bobby Bones Show.